Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Tyree here. Today we are going to do Green Hills of Tyrol and Green Hills of Tyrol seconds. So I would like to see the band start playing harmonies with some of these mass band tunes that we play, and some of the more advanced players. I recommend that you learn harmonies for some tunes. We'll cover the harmonies for Green Hills today, and I'll explain to you how those are played and when they're played and all that good stuff. Okay? Let me get to, oop, that's not the right one. Sorry. Let's see here. Nope. Sorry. I mean, that's the right thing, but it's not where I want it yet. So let me go back to Zoom and share screen because I'm a freaking knucklehead. All right. Here we go. All right. Green Hills of Tyrol. So if you look at this, it might seem a little bit confusing, but it's really not. So players that are playing the first or the core tune, it's all top line. So top line here, and of course we repeat and we go top line here, top line here. Okay, the harmony players are going to play this second line on the repeat. So all pipers are playing the first part entirely together. So line 1 and line 3, everybody plays together. And when we go to repeat part 1, that's when the harmonies play, okay? So everybody plays the first time through, harmonies play the second time through part 1. And it's the same for part 2. Top line, third line, and then we repeat as we normally would, and then on a repeat, harmony players play line 2 and line 4. So the pipe corps plays first part together. Second part first time through together. On the repeat of part 2, then they play the harmonies. So harmony players on the repeat, that's when we're playing the seconds, okay? The seconds on this tune are not difficult. Just remember to play them on the repeat. So what I will do is I'll play part 1. I'll act like I'm the band. I'll play part 1 together. And then when we go to repeat it, I will play the harmonies to it, okay? Hope that made sense. Kind of made sense to me. So anyway, all right, here we go. It's going to be nice and slow. Okay, so now we're going to repeat the tune. Now I'm going to play lines 2 and 4 on the first part here. I just caught myself doing something. Okay. Right here I played a C doubling. So that's how I play the harmony. So let me play the harmonies like I'm trying to teach you, okay? Harmonies again without the C doubling twice. Okay, here we go. we go. Okay, sorry about that. So when unison's important, regardless if we're playing, the entire tune, as it's written, or with harmonies. So if the unison's off, it's going to be not as good regardless, but when you're playing harmonies and you're not together, it can be a recipe for disaster. So we really need to make sure that we're playing on the beat. That way we really get the good harmonization when we're doing harmonies with this tune, okay? So that's part one. And then part two, if you remember what I said, first time through the band plays it together, second time through, that's when the seconds players, the people playing the seconds are playing the harmonies. So with the number of people of harmonies, how many people play harmonies, how many people don't play harmonies, it's kind of depends on how many pipers we got there. So let's say if we have, this is subjective, so let's say we have 20 pipers playing, we can have 5 playing harmonies, okay? If we have 10 pipers playing, we can have, maybe 3 playing harmonies. It all depends. You don't want to have, 10 pipers, 5 are playing first, 5 are playing seconds. I mean, you can, but you don't want it to overwhelm. You want it to kind of blend in real nice. So the number of harmonies depends on the number of pipers. But if we have a band of 10, let's say 3 play harmonies, 4 max, my opinion. You can ask other guys about this, like, Bruce or, Aaron or some of our other instructors, but that's the way I've always tried to figure that out. And I've also done, when I have 2 players, I've done one with first, one with seconds, and it's actually not too bad. Is that recommended? I don't know. I have done it, and if we're together, it sounds okay. So seconds are kind of like maybe a third of the group that you have, if that makes sense. So if I got 9, 3 are playing seconds. If I got 12, I suck at math, 4 are playing seconds, something like that, a third, and that's my recommendation. But anyway, part 2. Okay, now with the harmonies. Okay, that's it. Those are the harmonies for GreenHills of Tyrol. This is off the IAFF's website, and I believe we went over this a few workshops ago with GreenHills, Battles O'er, and I can't remember what else we had. But playing seconds for GreenHills, I'll do Battles O'er on another session. But we can start playing harmonies on these things, and I think some of us play harmonies on Amazing Grace. I'm not sure about Jim Thompson, but when I do that tune, I will also throw in the harmonies for that. So harmonizing just makes the performance more unique, and it makes it more interesting, especially if the chanters are dialed in together and you really get that harmony, And it's pretty effective, and it's pretty cool to listen to, and it changes things up a little bit on tunes that we play tens of thousands of times, throughout our piping career. It just makes it a little bit more exciting for us to do because it's different, instead of just beating the same dead horse. One thing I would like to mention about Green Hills is that first low A at the very beginning of the tune. We tend to jump off of that a little bit quicker than we should. It should be really long. So ha da dee dum ba dee dum ba and ha da dee. So on the downbeat, on that grace note, that G grace note on low A, ha ba dee. So that B is super short. Your foot should be almost to the deck. Ha ba dee. But you got to hear it. It can't be so short that it's clipped where you can't hear the B. But that A is like ba da dee dum ba dee, and then come back on the repeat. He da dum, and the same thing for Battle's Over. Ha da dee da dee dum ba do. Ha da dee dum ba dee dum ba. Ha da dee. You know, you hear what I'm doing there? Same thing with Green Hills. That first low A. If that sucker's dotted, you hold that thing as long as you musically can, and you cut that B as short as you musically can to where you can still hear it and you can tell it's an individual note. But we hold those suckers out and draw those out. We tend to go ha da dee, ha da dee, ha da dee, ha da dee. No. Ha da dee dum ba dee da, ha da dee dum ba dee, just like that, okay? And we tend to jump off that a little bit, so we really got to freaking hold that thing, all right? So recap, when playing harmonies, the way this is written, so each top line for each part is the core players playing first, and then the line below that where it's tied in together here, that's going to be your harmonies, your seconds. You know, there's also like thirds and sometimes fourths on tune, so you really get a lot of people harmonizing. It's really, really cool. We're just going to take baby steps and do seconds, okay? And then on the second part, top line, second part, the second line, top line, second part, core players first, and then the line below that is your harmonies, okay? I hope all that made sense. Let's just start to mix it up a little bit. And stop share. There we go. All right, so GreenHills of Tyrol, play it nice, and you know, slow it down a little bit and get those grips, get those doublings, you know, in that long low A. You know, just take it slow. Just open things up a little bit. I mean, if your doublings are straight and your grips are straight, then, you know, just play it. But, you know, back the tempo down a little bit and make sure you're really tee-da-dum-da. You know, I got Jim Thompson in my head now. He-da-dum-da-dum-dee-dum-bra-da. He-dum-ba-dee-ha-do. Ha-dee-da-dum. Ha-da-dee-dum. You know, just slow it down a little bit, work on it, and let's make it better. And like I said, the more advanced, I mean, you don't necessarily have to be an advanced player, but you got to be able to play these tunes good. But I would like to see the more advanced guys, you know, Sean, Doug, Jay, you know, guys like that, Taylor, Chief Johnson, you know, guys like that could start playing these harmonies. You know, the guys that's been playing for a while, and they can adjust, they can do something different while playing in a tune where it doesn't screw them up, you know, because playing harmonies, you're like, frick, you know, you might tend to play the tune as a first instead of doing seconds, or it confuses you because you're doing something that you normally don't do. So it can be a little challenging to play harmonies. But, you know, grab a buddy, you know, in your band and be like, hey, play Green Hills, and you play and try to play the harmonies with them, and you practice it all on this. And if you can do it on this, there's no reason why you can't do it on the actual instrument. But it is a little different if you haven't done it before. If you're playing harmonies, great. And all these things that I say, of course, need to have the approval of the pipe major before we do it. Need to ask Mr. Furnish to be like, hey, are we playing harmonies? Are you okay with this? Because I don't make those decisions. I'm just trying to expand our horizons a little bit. But this is at the pipe major's discretion. So not stepping on your toes, man. But if he says yay, then we can do it. If he says nay, then we won't do it. It's at what he wants to do. But we should have guys that be able to be like, hey, we got a core group of guys who can play harmonies. Let's play harmonies. But that's the pipe major's call. It might be different for the performance needs or whatever. We might just play the straight tune. We might harmonize. It all depends on what the Hefe wants. So keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm not the decision maker. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed doing that. Give her a go. And next time we will hit on the Arizona, the state fire band, Arizona State Fire Band March, the 3/4. We'll hit on that, and then we'll keep going on until we get through the repertoire. So, all right, guys. Hope you have a good one, and I will see you next time. Tyree out.